Okay, for those of you who would rather see a video than just follow the directions on the catapult, these directions are on the back of TOC 11. If you bought your kit from Butler or the bookstore, you've got everything you need: the mousetrap, spoon, popsicle stick, rubber band, duct tape. I am going to provide the marshmallows on the day that we launch um, your catapult. Hey, the first thing you are going to do is take your mousetrap and you are going to remove some things you do not need. This piece right here you do not need. So a needle's pliers works well. You take and remove that, set it off to the side. The other piece that you really don't need is this little clip right here that holds that arm down. So that's what your mousetrap should look like, and step one would be to take that hardware off and make it look more like this. Actually, we're also going to take this and remove this arm because you aren't going to need it because you're not going to be setting the mousetrap like you normally would. All right. Your next job, or step two, says that we want you to pull this back, pull this lever back, and use the rubber band that you're provided to pull and hold that arm down. You won't get your fingers snapped if you do that. The idea of the erasers are that we're going to place these erasers, and this is where your job is going to be to decide to how far up or how far back you want that arm to go. You're going to have to play around with this, but two erasers planted here will give you the stopping mechanism of your arm, duct tape. You're going to need to use some duct tape to tape those erasers down. I've seen people place these in all kinds of arrangements where they have them staggered, where they have them back and forth. For those of you that don't have erasers, I've seen people use other Lego blocks of wood. The idea is that you have something taped and in place. And this is not going to be a thing of beauty. I can't pause this video, so just to give you a general idea of how this works, once you take that off, you really can't get snapped by this mousetrap, but you can see the flinging motion that we're going to have. So, erasers in place. Next step is to take the popsicle sticks you've been provided, and some in the bookstore from last year have thicker popsicle sticks. Those work really well too. The idea is to give yourself a brace to tape your spoon on. So, we're going to take these popsicle sticks, using the duct tape again, we're going to want to tape them to there. For me, I've done this a few times. I'm actually going to break these in half. Nothing has to be precise about this. And I'm going to tape these two together so I have a foundation. And I may even add these two to make this a thicker brace for my catapult. Some people do leave the entire stick in place so they have handles to pull back on, but the idea is to tape those popsicle sticks to your arm. So, here we go. So if I move the direction sheet here, I think we did step 3, put the eraser in the middle. I usually have those erasers somewhere away from the spring though. They have them sitting right up against the spring right here. Most people will put those erasers up. This angle isn't the best angle for the arm. You can try it, but most of my students like the angle of their arm to go much more forward than this. You get a much better fling from the Marshmallow and much more accurate filling from the Marshmallow. On these direction sheets, they talk about attaching using one of your popsicle sticks to make this thicker and stronger. You can do that. In this case today, I'm just going to tape this spoon to the back of this and show you the basic model on how to have a Marshmallow Catapult that works pretty good. So we're going to set this spoon here. Remember, we talked a little bit about the length of the spoon, longer spoons. Some people like a real long arm. The more you practice, the more you change your design, the more accurate you are going to be on our launch day. For me, we'll put the spoon right about here using one more piece of duct tape. And if the spoon is dragging on the end, it's not pretty, but you have to break that little piece of the spoon off. You want that spoon to be straight. Pull it around. Basically, that is your catapult for launching. Taking the tape off, rearranging the spoon, rearranging the erasers. The best way to see if you've got a good catapult is to practice. That'll be it.